confidence. Some people just seem to have it. They walk into a room and they radiate this authority, this presence, without even trying. Well, what if I told you that's not magic, it's science? And today, we're gonna dive into how you can use that science to your advantage. Seriously, have you ever noticed that? Someone walks in and they just command attention, not because they're loud, but because they have this quiet power. They just seem totally comfortable in their own skin. The great news? That's not something you're born with. It's actually a set of behaviors that anyone can learn. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna break down 5 specific, actionable hacks that are all grounded in real psychology and solid research. These aren't just empty tricks either. These are tools that are gonna change how people see you, and honestly, more importantly, how you feel about yourself. All right, first up, our first hack is all about your physical footprint. It's about occupying space. You might have heard of this idea. It's often called power posing, and it was famously researched by the social psychologist Amy Cuddy. It's all about using your body to send a signal of confidence, not just to the world, but to your own brain. Now, the science here is pretty amazing. Cuddy's research found that when you adopt a big, open posture, it can actually trigger hormonal changes in your body. We're talking a rise in testosterone, that's the dominance hormone, and a drop in cortisol, which is the stress hormone. So you're not just faking it till you make it, you're literally changing your body's chemistry to feel more powerful. So here's the key takeaway. Stop shrinking. When we're nervous, what do? We make ourselves smaller, right? We cross our legs, we hunch our shoulders over. I want you to do the exact opposite. Stand with your feet about shoulder width apart, keep your arms uncrossed, maybe put your hands on your hips. Just expand, take up space. It's such a simple physical shift, but believe me, it has a huge psychological impact. Okay, tip number 2 is all about mastering the pause. Now, this might sound a little strange, but one of the biggest signs of confidence is being comfortable with silence. Think about it. Nervous speakers, they rush. They try to fill every single second with sound. And how do they do that? With filler words. You know them, you've heard them, we all use them sometimes. The ums, the ahs, the likes. These things are the absolute enemy of authority. We use them because silence feels awkward, right? It feels like we're losing control or like we have to constantly prove we deserve to be speaking. But confident people, they do the opposite. As Carmine Gallo points out in his work on TED speakers, they actually embrace the pause. When they're asked a question, they take a breath before they answer. That little moment of silence, it doesn't signal weakness. It signals thoughtfulness. It shows you're in control and that you aren't just scrambling for approval. It projects pure authority. Let's move on to our third hack. This one is super subtle but incredibly powerful. It's a nonverbal cue called the navel rule, and it comes from Olivia Fox Cabane's book, The Charisma Myth. It's all about where you point your body, and it sends a really clear message about how engaged and secure you are. Just think about this for a second. How many times have you been talking to someone, but you're only turning your head towards them? Your body is kind of angled away, maybe towards the door. Subconsciously, that signals you're distracted, or maybe you even want to get out of there. The navel rule is simple. Point your belly button directly at the person you're talking to. That full body alignment communicates total presence, respect, and confidence. It says, I am 100% here with you and I'm not going anywhere. All right, tip number 4 goes way back. I'm talking deep into our evolutionary past. And it's simple. Show your hands. This advice comes from nonverbal communication experts, including former FBI agents, and let's be honest, they probably know a thing or two about reading people. So according to former agent Joe Navarro, our brains are literally hardwired to scan our environment for threats. And hidden hands, they're a major red flag. For thousands of years, showing your open hands was the fastest way to signal, hey, I'm not a threat. I mean you no harm. That ancient instinct is still buried deep inside all of us. So what does that mean for you? It's pretty clear. Stop hiding your hands. Don't put them in your pockets. Don't keep them under the desk during a meeting. Keep them visible. Rest them on the table. Use open, natural hand gestures when you talk. Visible hands signal transparency. They tell people subconsciously that you have nothing to hide, and that makes you seem instantly more credible and confident. And finally, our 5th hack is about what you wear. But wait, not in the way you're probably thinking. This has nothing to do with fashion. It's all about psychology. The concept is called enclosed cognition, and it explores how the clothes we wear actually influence our own thoughts and feelings. There was this really cool study that illustrates this perfectly. Researchers had participants perform tasks that required a lot of attention. Now, one group wore a white coat that they were told belonged to a doctor. And guess what? That group performed way better. Why? Because the clothes we wear have symbolic meaning, and our brain is primed to take on the characteristics that we associate with those clothes. So what's the bottom line here? It's not about buying an expensive suit. It's about figuring out what clothes make you feel confident, authoritative, and powerful. Maybe it's a certain blazer, a specific pair of shoes, or even a watch. When you wear that thing, you're priming your brain to get into that confident mindset. It's like you're giving yourself a psychological uniform for success.
So as we start to wrap this up, I want you to remember this one thing. Confidence isn't some magical quality that you're either born with or you're not. It's a skill. And just like any skill, it can be developed, it can be practiced, and it can be mastered.
So here it is, your 5-step confidence toolkit. Number 1, occupy space with those power poses. 2, master the pause to show you're in control. 3, use the navel rule to signal your presence. 4, show your hands to build trust. And 5, dress for cognition to get your mind in the right gear. Each one of these is a small, easy action you can literally start practicing today. The real question, though, is what are you going to do with all this? Think about that next meeting you have, or that presentation, or even just a social gathering. Pick one of these hacks, just one, and give it a try. Because changing how you're perceived, well, that starts with changing what you do. So let me ask you, which room will you walk into differently?